Hi, welcome to our Zoom. And I just want to give a reminder about three things. So today we've got a very special session with Mariana regarding colorwork socks. And then on the 22nd, sorry, I'm just looking at my book over here. On the 22nd, we've got the special session with Marlena regarding all the different types of heels and her experience on them. And on the 29th, we're going to have my first live Zoom YouTube giveaway session. Oh my goodness. Please bear with me that day. It will be my first. So I would like you to, for those people who have finished or have done their socks, and those who don't know what it is all the sock constructions that are not cuff down or toe up socks. You can share on the Zoom with me on that day, and the other people, if they can join on the YouTube, and I will do some patterns for giveaway. Okay, and it's patterns of your choice. So you can even email me and tell me what you want. It's no, you have to take this pattern because I give you this pattern. You can choose. Okay, cool. Thank you. Ariana, we're all yours. When you're ready.
Okay, I'm as ready as I will be. And I am talking to people who knows more about socks than I do, I think, by looking at all of you. But I'll just tell you how I struggled when I started knitting socks. I always loved color work. Oh, by the way, everybody knows by now I'm actually Mary Bota on Instagram. My knitting friends usually calls me Mary. Yeah. When I started knitting socks, colorwork socks, the biggest troubles I had was that, there was a couple of troubles. I always like to do colorwork socks because I find it a very good way to swatch for big projects, like swatching for sweaters. And I've given Michelle a couple of pictures about sweaters that I swatched for, and there's a couple. There's the unwind knitwear. I can just as well show you this one, and Michelle can show you the picture of the. It is Kismet by Rachel Ilsley. It is an all over color work sweater, and I wanted to get used to the pattern before I started knitting the sweater, and it works very well to just practice on a sock. So that I think is a great reason why you should start knitting socks. Also, to me it's a lovely way to practice getting used to the play you'll get in between different colors and contrasts, and what would show up the best. And of course, I always wanted to knit socks because if, for instance, your family member's favorite thing is lobsters, and you want to knit in lobsters to give that, then it's a perfect gift. I have also, where did I put them? I have also knitted in some springboks for my husband. I'm not very proud of this because it was a terrible struggle. But yeah, I knitted some springboks in for him on springbok socks. That's our national emblem. And everybody who wonders for our rugby, because rugby is our big thing. Yeah. So that is basically why I always wanted to knit socks. The problems I encountered was that you lose so much stretch when you do color work. So when you get to the widest part, the heel part, you would not get, it will just wouldn't go over the heel. So, and by trial and error, I discovered different ways. Yeah, maybe it was foolish of me to never just read somebody else's patterns and see what they did. The You lose so much stretch because of the floats at the back, which is not as stretchy. And then adding to that, if you want to knit in this floats, then you lose even more stretch, and that is making even a bigger. So the solutions I got for all of this is you don't ever knit in your floats. I can, well, I try to not go to more than 6 stitches between different colors, so that you don't have that problem of very, very long floats. And if I go more than 6 stitches, I will knit it in. But also I would then try to knit it outside, like turn it over and knit it on this side, which is quite difficult because you can't really see your pattern that well, and you want to yeah, so it doesn't come as easily, but it just gives you that edge, that outside where it can run longer, and you get a longer flow. Yeah, so the solutions I got was not ever knit in floats, or as far as I can, knit it on the outside. And also, it never worked for me to go up the needles, but I have not, in fact, just the last couple of socks I finished. I At least this part where you go to the heel, where it's wide, I just went up one needle size just to make sure that the recipient of the sock, if his foot was a bit bigger than mine, and yeah, or what I thought it would be, that it would go easily over. Usually for myself, I knit a pair of socks with 60 stitches, but with color work, I know I have to go up more stitches to make sure that it compensates for that loss of stitch. So I usually, for my size, I go up to 72 stitches. Yeah, which would, I spoke to my friend, she usually knits hers at 68, and she says, oh, after I say to her, roughly 12 stitches, go up 12 stitches, she usually goes to 84. So that gives about almost the same. She goes to 60. Yeah. And that usually compensates for the loss of stretch that you get over this. And that is more or less my secret, is rather go do more stitches. And of course, because it's color work and you have to find, you have to stick to the pattern, the multiples that the chart asks for. I find that 72 is a very easy number to go up to, because it it gives you multiples of 8 and of 9 and of 3 times 24 and 12 times 6. So you have so many multiples in 72, which makes it so easy to find a chart that would work with that stitch. So that works for me, but I think you have to find what works for you. What else is there? Oh, where do I find charts? Everywhere. All sweaters I've used before. I love stone knits. Michelle has a picture there of jellyfish that I knitted from Stone Knits book, Charming Colorwork Socks. I love the pictures that she knits in her socks. Yeah, doodle
Sorry, I don't find it.
book you get
This one?
now. No, the one with the contrast.
Oh,
The
the white, black and
gray.
white one. Oh
Yeah,
dear.
yeah.
I don't have it here. I'm
Mm.
sorry.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, did I now cover everything I wanted to say? Well, the other secret that I found too was that for me, usually you struggle with to keep the flow even at the back. And what I found worked best for me is to use 9-inch circulars, because I found that when you use double pointed needles, you still have that corner where you struggle when you go around the corner of the 4 needles. And even if you have magic loops, you struggle a little bit more when you get to the side and you have to go over to the next needle. But with 9-inch circulars, I can keep the tension pretty even between, and I never have a corner where I have to drag the float along. So that's more or less, oh, that works the best for me. But you still have to find what works best for you. And that is more or less it. The usual things about finding, seeing if it's contrast. I don't think I have to tell you that, because everybody basically knows. But if you wonder if the contrast will show up, you can always turn the take a picture of the yarns and turn it into black and white, and then you'll see there's contrast. Also, color dominance is a thing, and it is important that you keep your contrast color below your main color. If you're continental knitting, it means keeping it on your left hand side, in your left hand, and your main color in your right hand. If you're only English knitting, then, or only continental, that's, I lost myself.
Oops. And there she flies. You
Yeah.
okay?
I am back. Am I not?
Okay. There we go.
Am I back?
Thank you.
And I think that's more or less my story. I think I've covered everything I can think of. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Is there any... Oh, I gave you 2 links of
Yeah, let me show you.
unexpected, very nice free patterns that I found on Instagram, on Ravelry. I've knitted both of them, and I enjoyed that a lot. So yeah, I thought that would be a nice suggestion. The one is Mirage Socks, and the other one is Palace Gate by Tina Q.
Yeah.
Or however
You're looking at Tina's one now. I'm going to try and
both
make
of
it
them.
bigger.
Both of them is
Can't make them bigger. And the other
Sorry?
one. And there's the other one. Now I'm trying to make the images bigger. And there's the Mirage one. It's as beautiful. Sure.
I thought so too.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I still want to learn more about that dominant color story, because I'm a continental knitter. So you say the main color must be in mine?
It must be on top of the contrast color must be kept at the bottom. So yeah, because the bottom, the one running at the bottom of your stitches, is always going a little bit further. So it's a little bit longer than the other one, and that will give you more a more dominant placing in your knitting.
That's very interesting.
So
I think I need a one-on-one training course on that. Thanks, Mariana. Appreciate it. Okay. Are there any questions from anyone? Are there any other ideas? Anything else that you discovered when you did or when you're doing color work socks that works for you? That could be a tip. Yeah, mine is not on sock knitting. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop the recording. And remember, the 29th of December is the live with the giveaways.